Hello, Adama, lower basic kind of. Kali you sit at home against sweating. General Manika, do about you need to do about it, cannot get your die. The father. The duty is up body, and to not be about you mess how much here. The mail so much here, you know, messy and water. Manika was in a Bangladesh technology, you know, your here. There's some tricky line, Yankee. You know, Yang couldn't go. You know, Pianet, one mother power, Ching and Miano Gallo. Hello, hey, my general, you've been a summer, a chin you meet out, that you are lazy. Not cheap. 12 people blocked out, less than I'm lucky. But really, half 4 down landing. To those who are half 4 hours, you know, the lower side. Never solution, these are only tired, never been yellow tired. Daddy hard, look pretty true. Kali will put your damage into him a party. Kali will let you do it. Hello, Daha Luna Sane Yazubu. Blue Pion solution. About he jindo hanzai loပြောနေမယ်ထင်ပါတယ်ဒီဟာနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့လေကုလသမဂ္ဂမှာအတိအလင်း1984ခုဇန်နဝါရီ4ရက်နေ့မှာအတိအလင်းပြဋ္ဌာန်းထားတယ်အဲ့ဒီမှာ convention ပေါ့ဂျပန်လိုဆိုရင်ပြောခဲ့လို့ခေါ်မှာပေါ့အဲ့ဒီဟာဘာလို့လဲလူတွေကိုရုပ်ပိုင်းရစိတ်ပိုင်းရညှင်းဆဲခြင်းမပြုလို့ရဘူးအခုကအချင်းချနေတဲ့အချင်းသားတွေမကောက်အပြင်မှာလွတ်လပ်နေတဲ့လူတွေကအစစိတ်ပိုင်းရရုပ်ပိုင်းရညှင်းဆဲခြင်းခံရဥမာဖြင့်ကျွန်တော်ကထောင်ထဲကထွက်လာတယ်နော်ကျွန်တော်ထောင်ထဲမှာမမြင်ရင်ဆုံးမကြားရင်ဆုံးကျွန်တော်မြင်ခဲ့ရတယ်ကြားတယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီရုပ်ပိုင်းရ physical torture ဂျပန်လိုပြောရင်တော့ဂိုမောနောက်ပြီးတော့လူရဲ့ဂုဏ်သိက္ခာကိုညှိုးနွမ်းစေတဲ့ပြည့်မျိုးအပြည့်အဝပြည့်စုံကြအောင်ဘယ်လိုပြောထားပါလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင် In civilized nations, however, forced labor like slavery has been outlawed. There is no acceptable basis on which one individual or the government should have the power to force other people to work. Governments have a duty to proscribe forced labor and enforce such prohibitions in the private sector. အစိုးရမှာဒါကိုတားဆီးဖို့တောင်းရှိအစိုးရကိုယ်တိုင်ကဒါကိုကျူးလွန်နေတဲ့အခါကျတော့ဒီအစိုးရကိုတရားမဆွဲဘယ်အစိုးရကိုတရားဆွဲကဲကျွန်တော်လေးတော့ရှင်းပါပြီအခုကျွန်တော်ဗီဒီယိုကြည့်ဖို့ချိန်ရမှာကျွန်တော်ဗီဒီယိုထုတ်ပြတယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကိုကျွန်တော်ရိုက်လာတယ်အခုဟိုဒုက္ခတဲ့စခန်းကတပ်ပုံလေးကျွန်တော်ပြ
The ruling military junta, known as the State Peace and Development Council, or SPDC, continues its standoff with the democratically elected opposition led by Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi. The regime claims to have reached ceasefire agreements with ethnic groups who have been waging a protracted armed resistance against the central Burmese military. Ethnic armies control small areas in remote regions of this nation of 48 million people. But in camps like this one, located inside Burma near the Thailand border, families from ethnic areas seek temporary shelter after fleeing their villages. Despite extensive documentation of the junta's atrocious human rights record and the international recognition of Suu Kyi, the plight of these ordinary villagers fleeing from the state military remains largely hidden. This is because they are actually in hiding, in jungles and remote areas where access to addressing their emergency needs and their stories is cut off from the outside world.
Then by the way for the no city when I came by the way. Man of you but I want my belly. Man of we there, man of there. We get a very don't get a rat of your caravaggio. I know man, the blah.
The families in this camp near Thailand are trying to make the best of their situation. Determined to educate their children, even in rudimentary conditions, this school is run on small donations that trickle across the border from Thailand. Even after their harrowing journey to relative sanctuary, these kids are still not safe. Their school was shelled by the Burmese army a few months ago. But the students' eagerness to learn prevails. These people are refugees inside their own country. Precise figures are difficult to obtain, but at least 1.5 million people in border areas alone are internally displaced within Burma. The primary areas where ethnic groups are displaced are Shan State, Kayah State, and Karen State. Families from these regions flee towards Thailand, hoping to cross into safety. This dramatic video was filmed during an actual attack by Burmese soldiers on a village in Kayah State. Ethnic Karenese soldiers were providing security to a team of medics who were assisting internally displaced people who had fled here. The Burmese troops learned of the medics' presence and launched an attack to punish the villagers for allowing their visit. One villager was killed and 2 wounded during this attack. Karenese soldiers later captured 3 Burmese army men and interrogated them about the officers who ordered the attack. These shocking pictures provide evidence of military abuse that ethnic groups believe is a systematic campaign of ethnic cleansing. The military also destroys crops and rice supplies, orders entire villages to relocate, and forces people to labor on road and building projects. The SPDC militarization in these areas is carried out to clear land, marked for development projects they allege will benefit the very people who are forced to flee, to suppress any form of support for armed ethnic groups in the vicinity, and to uproot concentrations of ethnic people. When villagers hear that the Burmese army is near, they frantically prepare their rice paddy to take with them before they flee. Rice supplies are a lifeline for their survival. When the rice is gone, they rely on boiled roots found in the jungle. This woman's husband was killed by a landmine. In some areas, the military orders entire villages to move by a certain date, often at short notice, or face the consequences. These villages are herded to specified relocation centres controlled by the Burmese army. These sites, lacking even basic facilities, are far away from the village's subsistence farms.